and a welcome in or a welcome back. It's a Monkey Mar. Before we get into today's video, please make sure you click that subscribe button, the like, and the bell for notifications. Let's go and touch on the Orrin and Orson, the missing West Boys out of California City / Bakersfield. And let's see if we can get some of these questions answered. And I also want to touch on Maria de Jesus Martinez, who is connected to Perla. Esmeralda Martinez and Jacqueline's phone is in Perla Martinez's name. Let's also see if we can figure out who the other kids are that Cherrie Lynn Vasquez claims that she has 5. 5 bot kids, 5 kidnapped kids. I don't know. Maybe Vincent is the only biological child. So let's go look and see if we can find a birth certificate on these kids that might be Cherrie. Lynn, Nicola, Flores, Vasquez, Medina. And with that, guys, let's get into it. Alright, guys, I am going to break down to you the facts that I have and what I know and what I think. I think there is a ring of people who work in the system, and they are placing children in homes of people they know so that they can collect money off of adopting and fostering children. I think it goes from Arizona to Stockton, California, down to Bakersfield. And I believe that there are 4 kingpins. I believe one is Cherrie Vasquez. I believe one is Jacqueline Gabriel Vasquez West. I believe one is Perla Esmeralda Martinez. And I believe that Maria de Jesus Martinez is involved, and I'm not sure if there is something going on in Stockton, but when I show you the apartments and the apartment numbers, maybe you guys will understand where I'm coming from. So first, let's start with these 4 that I'm speaking of and where they have lived. And also, I am going to be going live tomorrow so that we are going to discuss this. We can get questions out and we can figure out what is going on. If you guys have some information that I don't know, we can kind of maybe put this together. Let me say this also. Even though I believe there is something very suspect going on with social workers adopting children, fostering children, I do not think that this has anything to do with the West Boys, except for maybe the West Boys were put into a home that they shouldn't have been put into, and now they're missing. So, with that, guys, let's go and see if we can somewhat make sense of what is going on with these 4 that I speak of. Before we get into this, let me also say, guys, that I do not think I know everything. I'm sure that I'm off a few things here and there with all of it, because I was off with one of Cherrie ex-husbands who I actually thought was her brother, and Sassy Scouser actually mentioned something in a comment, and I went and I investigated, and Sassy, you're correct, but we'll get into that in a minute. So here's what I'm looking at when I start looking at everyone involved and people mentioning like Perlas and Maria Martinez, and so this is what I find very, very strange. So we've got Jacqueline and Trezell. They were living at 1525 Lotus Lane in apartment 116. They moved out to California City. They also lived at 2807 Virginia Ave in apartment C. Trezell was also there in apartment C. Guys, the apartments are crucial to what I'm trying to explain. So, Cherrie says she has 5 kids. We are looking for these 5 kids. We have got Jacqueline. We have got a Paul A. Flores. We've got a Vincent Flores. Somebody had mentioned in a comment that Perla Esmeralda was Jacqueline's sister, or she said she was her sister. I don't know if I'm buying that. I don't know if any of these are blood related, but I will break that down in the birth certificates, the marriage license that I found. I know, guys. Okay. So first, let's start with Perla Esmeralda. She's 40 years old. And let's look at her addresses. We have her, wait 1 second, guys, because something's not right here. Because 1 second. I knew I was missing an address. So we've got Perla Esmeralda Martinez. She is 40 years old. She has addresses, and these aren't all of them. She has like 23, 24, 25 addresses, and she's 40. We've got her at 1525 Lotus Lane, apartment 101 and apartment 201. We've got her at 2807 Virginia Ave in apartment B. Remember, Jacqueline and Trezell were in apartment C. Then we've got her in Tacoma, California, which now this address is a Hughes daycare. This part's interesting. We've got her in Arizona in Casa Grande in 2002. You've got her in Eloy, Arizona in 2001. Now, A.B. Watchman said about that little girl going missing, and that was in 2001. How far is Eloy from Avondale? I'm not sure, but I can actually put Cherrie Vasquez in Avondale. Then we get into Maria de Jesus Martinez. Is she a mother figure, partner in crime, Cherrie something? Is she Perla's biological mother? She could be. Look at these apartment numbers. We've got her living in 1525 Lotus Lane apartment at 113 and apartment 101. And then before there, she's in Van Nuys, but I actually can't put her to Arizona yet. Then we got Louis A. Martinez. We've got him at apartment B. We've got him in Arizona from 2006 to 2010. And then we've got him at the same address in Overfield Road, Casa Grande, Arizona. The same time Perla was there. But Maria wasn't. So, let's look at a few more addresses. Alright, let's get into this last little note card that I put together and a couple of addresses. So, Cherrie's last names are Vasquez, Macola, Flores, Medina. She used to work for Red Cross. I do not know if she's ever worked for DCF. People have said that she has. I just can't find an employment record for her. The vehicle that is or was registered to her belongs to a John Vasquez. Cherrie's brother, maybe, father. John Vasquez's wife was Maria Hernandez. So then we get into Pamela. Pamela Martinez Macola is married to Troy Macola, which happens to be one of Cherrie's ex-husbands. They live 330, whatever, Balsam Street. The current owner is Jose Medina. Remember, Cherrie is dating Noe Medina, and Jose is such a common name, I do not know, but there are a couple of Jose Medinas connected to Noe Medina. Her name is Martinez, maiden, Macola, married. I'm just throwing out some thoughts, guys, and some things that I found so that we can all put it together. I am not trying to say it's one or the other. I'm just honestly climbing down this rabbit hole and trying to put together the pieces of this puzzle. So marriage certificates with Cherrie that I have found are Troy Macola. They live in Royal City, Washington. Elmer M. Flores, Jr., he's at 445 Cotton Court, Apartment 8. So remember this address. And we are going to go back to that one part. So John P. Vasquez, is it Jacqueline's uncle? Could it be a grandfather? He was born in 1945, so he would be, 74, deceased in 2006. This is Noe Medina, where he is at 522 Baja Drive, but he is also at Plants Road. Let's jump back real quick into the marriage, which I was doing the math and it's just, I don't know, it's just all off to me. So Cherrie was 26, married Elmer Flores, he was 18. Jacqueline would have been about 7 months old. 9 months later, from when they got married, Vincent Flores is born. I found his birth certificate, March of 1991, so Jacqueline would have been 1 year and 4 months. So when Cherrie married Elmer, Jacqueline was 7 months. Who is Jacqueline's father? 9 months later, Vincent Flores is born. And then she has Vincent. So Jacqueline Gabrielle, mother's maiden name Martinez, is the only birth certificate that I can find that goes to December 6, 1989, but there's no connection to her and Maria Martinez except for where they live as far as apartment complexes. Noe Medina is Cherrie's now boyfriend, and I did find one divorce record, so that would put her single for about 14 years since the last marriage. I don't know how long she's been with Noe, but I can put them back a few years when they were both living in Arizona. So Cherrie's possible children that I have figured out so fast is a Jacqueline West, a Vincent Flores, who's at 2433 Country Club Boulevard, Apartment 88. He was also at 4461 Cotton Court, Apartment 4. I'm almost certain, I haven't looked for documents yet, but Jaleisha V. Jones Flores, same address as Vincent, same age, I think that is his wife. Then we've got a Paul Flores, 37. I don't think it's possibly her kid, I don't know, it could, but we've got him at the 4461 Cotton Court, Apartment 4 also. The West boys, we've got Josiah, Alan West, no birth certificate, I can't find it, I've told you, he was searching for family in Ohio, and Jamal was pulled over for speeding in Ohio. Some people assume that maybe Josiah is Jamal's kid, I don't know. Trezell has a birth certificate, the parents Wanda West, Philip West, no marriage certificate, but the question, how long have Cherrie and Wanda known each other? All of these are the past addresses, and let me check one thing. That address looks too long in the front, 1 sec. So that puts us to, like I said, the number was wrong. I was like, that looks a little too long. 701 Plant Road, Apartment 40, which is right around the corner from Casa Loma Apartments. You've got her at the Stockton Cotton Court, Apartment 4. Elmer lives there. Vincent was living there. Paul is living there. Out here, she's in Moses Lake, Washington, where she was married to Troy McCullough at this time. And yes, I did think that Troy was her brother. I was wrong, and when I'm wrong, I admit it. So I am starting to think that Jacqueline's mother figure, Cherrie, is definitely a Vasquez. So, I mean, she has lived in a lot of addresses. And if you look at Arizona, So they have all been in Arizona. Her, Perla, Noe, a few of them. And they all seem to live at the same apartment complexes, but with different apartment numbers, and they go back and forth. Even on her addresses, it's just seems to always be an apartment. I am planning on going live tomorrow, which will be Monday, 4/6/2021. But if I do end up having to go to work, I will definitely be live on Tuesday. So guys, drop your comments to this video, and whatever comments you drop, I am going to discuss them on Tuesday, and we can see what's wrong, what's right, and just kind of where to go from there. And also, another thing real quick. Perla Esmeralda Martinez. This address on Terabella Street, Unit 44, is actually a house, and it is now called Hughes Childcare. You can't make this up. I would also love to know who is the social worker that had the West Boys case. Anyways, guys, I honestly think my brain is on overdrive with this. I hope everyone had a wonderful Easter, and the Easter Bunny was good to you. And it's a lot of information, but with that, guys, it is a wrap. I want to thank you all for coming in. Thank you for watching. Please like or dislike, whichever you prefer, and subscribe. Everyone have a good day or a good night wherever you are in the world, and stay vigilant. I am out.